Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me for another exciting episode where we dive deep into the fascinating world of English vocabulary. Today's word is engineering. So, what exactly is engineering? Well, in its simplest form, engineering is the design, construction, and maintenance of structures, machines, devices, systems, materials, and processes. It's a noun, and it refers to the branch of science and technology concerned with these things. Think of it as the art of problem solving, using scientific principles to create practical solutions. You might hear someone say, "She's studying engineering at university," or "the bridge was a remarkable feat of engineering." So, now that we have a basic understanding, let's explore some synonyms for engineering. One word that comes to mind is construction. While construction specifically refers to the act of building, it's closely related to engineering, as engineering often involves designing what is being built. For example, the construction of the new hospital is behind schedule. Another synonym is development. Development implies a more gradual process of improvement and expansion, often involving engineering principles. For instance, the development of sustainable energy sources requires significant engineering expertise. We can also use the word creation in some contexts. While creation is a broader term, it can apply to the engineering of new technologies or products. Consider this sentence: "The creation of the internet was a revolutionary act of engineering and innovation." Another synonym is building. It's similar to construction, but can also refer to the more abstract process of creating a system. Here's an example. The building of a strong economy requires careful financial engineering. A fifth synonym is fabrication. Fabrication specifically refers to the process of manufacturing something, which is often a key part of engineering. For example, the fabrication of these complex components requires precision engineering. Now, let's consider antonyms, words with opposite meanings. It's a little tricky to find direct opposites for engineering, as it's a specialized field. However, we can think about words that represent a lack of technical skill or plan design. One antonym could be destruction. While engineering creates, destruction breaks down. For example, the earthquake caused widespread destruction to the city's infrastructure. Another antonym could be neglect. If something is neglected, it's not being maintained or developed, the opposite of what engineering aims to do. Consider this sentence: "The neglect of the bridge led to its eventual collapse." Another possible antonym is chaos. Chaos represents disorder and a lack of structure, the very opposite of the careful planning involved in engineering. For instance, the city descended into chaos after the power outage, highlighting the importance of reliable electrical engineering. We could also use disorder as an antonym. Similar to chaos, disorder signifies a lack of organization and structure, which engineering seeks to prevent. For example, the flood created disorder and disrupted transportation systems that required immediate engineering solutions. A fifth antonym might be improvisation. While engineering relies on careful planning and calculations, improvisation involves making things up as you go along. For example, their solution was based on improvisation rather than sound engineering principles. Now, let's look at how engineering is used in everyday life. You might say, "My neighbor works in software engineering," or "that new phone has some impressive engineering behind it." You can also use it more broadly, like saying it took some clever engineering to fix that problem, even if you're not talking about a specifically technical issue. For example, think about city planning that is related to engineering. We also use it to describe the discipline someone practices. "She is an engineering student." You may also see something and say, "The engineering on that car is amazing." Think of the phrase social engineering. It is used to describe when someone is using psychological manipulation to trick people into doing things they shouldn't. Here are some more usage examples. Civil engineering is essential for building roads and bridges. Aerospace engineering deals with designing aircraft and spacecraft. Electrical engineering focuses on electronic systems and devices. Mechanical engineering involves the design and manufacturing of machines. Software engineering is all about creating computer programs and applications. Let's reiterate our key points. Engineering is designing and building things. Synonyms include construction, development, creation, building, and fabrication. Antonyms can be destruction, neglect, chaos, disorder, and improvisation. You can use engineering in a variety of everyday conversations and to describe a multitude of applications. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for joining me on Hello Word. I hope you found this exploration of the word engineering both informative and enjoyable. Before you go, I have a small request. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing to the podcast and leaving a review. Your support helps others discover our show, and we really appreciate it. As a final challenge, I encourage you to create your own sentence using the word engineering and share it as a comment under the video. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Until next time, keep learning and keep exploring the wonderful world of words.
Goodbye.